champions again, Liverpool.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Cop Council. How are we all? Hopefully all of you are having a fantastic day wherever you are around the world, and welcome to our match preview show for Liverpool versus Fulham, or Fulham versus Liverpool, however you want to get it there. And of course, as you can see, I am joined by two very special guests. First of all, I will start off with Doug from the Dugout Football Channel. Doug, how are you doing, mate?
Nice with Dark Connor. I'm doing very well, my friend. How are you?
I'm very well, and you just trying to pronounce Welsh. It's just not, no. I'm not a fan. Yeah, like I'm not a fan of Welsh, and I'm Welsh, so you know. But great to have you on again, as always, Doug. And as you can see, we're also joined by the opposite one, because obviously we got Scottish, we got Welsh, and we got Scouse as well.
And the complete opposite. Liverpool's a whole independent nation itself. So, but thank you for having me. I'm not going to try any Welsh because I'll probably butcher it. But thank you as always for letting me come on, mate. It's an absolute pleasure. And everyone at home, hope you're having a lovely night as well.
Absolute pleasure. And as you know, Jack Mack at FC, the guys' videos and Twitters are all in the video description down below, of course, as always. But first, tonight anyway, we want to talk about, of course, the Champions League. Of course, we didn't post a video midweek, apologies for that, but of course Liverpool are through as Group D winners in the UEFA Champions League, and now we can think about who do we want in the Champions League, and there's a fair old teams that we could get the likes of Barcelona, we could get the likes of Atletico Madrid, or we could get maybe potentially an easy draw in Porto. I say easy, the Champions League of course isn't easy, well, in my opinion anyway. But Jack, I'll start off with you. How would you assess our Champions League campaign this season? And for the round of 16, who do you want to play in the last of 16?
Any of the easy teams, mate. I think it's a team who would want probably Lazio. I'd love Lucas to come back to Anfield as well. Obviously, Luis Alberto didn't really feature regular in Liverpool's first team, but a player that's left Liverpool and really become a player in the Serie A anyway. But Lazio probably, and obviously, as you mentioned, Porto. It'd be lovely to get a cheeky draw. I know it'd be lovely to get. Not lovely, but a good tie, good Champions League tie. We did get, obviously, Barcelona or Atletico, but I'd much rather try and just avoid them, really, and just probably let the big boys battle it out, because there will be a couple of big fixtures, whether that's us featuring a big team anyway, or if it is like a City or someone playing a Barca. But yeah, mate, I want us to get just an easy draw and then just smash the whole competition, and off the back of obviously the last two campaigns in Champions League, we've kind of left it to the last game as always, but this season's been a breath of fresh air really, as me, you, Doug and Mickey and everyone on social media and Liverpool fans around the world were absolutely made up. We left the last game to just play a couple of kids, big experience for those young lads, and considering like the young kids that we're playing, a point is an absolute fantastic result, considering obviously the youngsters we did have in that squad mixed with experience, mate. But absolutely spot on, pinpoint perfect, really, if you want to call it that, this season in Champions League.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, with the injuries as well that we've had this season, it amounts to it. No Van Dijk, no Gomez for the latter stages, no Thiago, we've had Mo, Ali, pretty much everyone that you could think of has been out so far this season. But Doug, I'll ask you the same type of question. Jack mentioned, we could get the likes of, Porto and, Atletico Madrid and others as well. Are you with Jack in that? I know that every single year that Klopp's gone to the final with Liverpool, he's faced Porto in some sort of capacity, whether it be the last 16 or the quarterfinals. So, would Porto, be that, link to the Champions League final yet again for the Reds?
Well, they are the kind of the whipping boys for us. What was it? 5-0, 4-1, 2-0, 0-0. I mean, that's an aggregate of what, 11-1 or something like that. So
not bad.
Yeah, I, to be honest, I would mind Porto again. I would mind them again. I mean, apparently there was a mock draw done today, and we were drawn with RB Leipzig. Now,
that'd be a good game.
That would be a very
would
good
be a good
game.
game.
I believe Chelsea got Barcelona and Man City got Sevilla. Now,
Of course
if
they
I'm
did.
hear me out. I want to avoid Atletico at all costs, and I want to avoid Sevilla at all costs. We just cannot beat those teams. So anybody else, as far as I'm concerned, I think we'll be fine. Funnily enough, I actually want Barcelona. Now,
yeah.
let me just say this now. Messi might not even be at Barcelona by January. He might have gone off somewhere. He might have done that, but this Barcelona side are average at best. It is not a good football side. Yes, they've still got a good couple of players in there, but I reckon over 2 legs, I reckon we could probably beat them pretty easily. I mean, Lazio would be fantastic to have, Pepe Reina back. It would be great to have Lucas Leiva back and Luis Alberto. Yeah, the latter of the two didn't have a good career at Anfield, but no, look, I think Lazio would probably be very good. I would avoid Borussia Mönchengladbach. I know that obviously they lost to Real Madrid, but they're dangerous, very dangerous as well. But they do concede goals as well, so. And it would be very good for us anyway because they play a high line, we play a high line. So, yeah, I think to conclude, probably Lazio or Porto or bring them on Barcelona.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would like Barcelona because looking at their group, you would think, Barcelona destructive in the Champions League and not so good in the league. But then you actually look at the fact of it, and it was like Juventus was their only real threat, and the other two teams were, I think, newbies to the competition. I could be wrong in that, or like fairly newbies anyway. In that, but to be fair, I'd love Barcelona. To be fair, I would love anyone, probably apart from Atletico. Because of what happened last season, in my opinion. It would still be nice to face them because if Thiago's back, then things could be different in some aspects that, we could learn from last year. But then there's still that thing then of, look at what happened last year and, look at that 90 minutes where we completely destroyed Atletico and still didn't get through to the Champions League, next stage. So, it is going to be a very good tie no matter what, of course. And, we may do a live stream on the channel, with the draw. Maybe I may do it. If you guys would be interested, then please let us know in the comment section down below, or even let us know who you would like in the comment section down below anyway. But let's say hello to a few of you guys as well. Liz is in saying hi lads. Hi Liz, hopefully you're well. Data's in as well saying hi all. Seamus is in saying good evening everyone. Ruby's in as well saying hi. Data says Fulham will get battered. That's that's hopefully a prediction or a hope.
I'm not saying
no, because Jack's normally the one that says 5-6-0 and then we end up drawing.
Wait, what?
Don't be doing that tonight, please. Chris says, hi lads, hope you're well. I'm doing fantastic, and I think the others are as well. Chris says, how dare you not be a fan of the... Oh, Jesus Christ, Chris, get off. Ben said, saying, ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Hello, Ben.
Bit early for that, lad, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a bit... It's like 2 weeks away, but Ben's getting in the Christmas spirit. Ruby says hi again to me. Liz says a Welsh, a Scot, and a Scouse walk into a bar. Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah. Hopefully after COVID. Hopefully after when COVID is done and dusted, we can actually do that. Data says Barcelona. Chris says I don't want Atletico or Sevilla. Chris also says I want Porto. That's the easiest team to get. Yeah, I think all of us could easily agree with that, to be fair. Let me scroll back up because the chat has gone back up. Peter Redmond goes, Welsh. Peter, we all know what you're going to comment in a little bit, my friend. We all know. Chris says, oh, here we go with the laughing faces. Dave's then saying the boys are back in town. Hello, Dave. Hopefully you're well, mate. Liz says hi to Ruby as well. Glenn is in saying Liverpool gang, what's up? Hello, Glenn. Hopefully having a fantastic day, mate, as always. And yeah, how are Arsenal doing? Actually, I better not say that. But yeah, Liz says hi to Dave as well. Dave saying hi to Liz. Peter says Chris went to Wales to learn some Welsh. Oh no! Oh no! Oh.
Oh
Me
no.
learning any language because I'm dyslexic, I'll just probably pronounce it backwards or something in your foreign language.
Like I laugh at people trying to pronounce Welsh stuff, and it's like it's the most funniest things ever. But yeah, like Peter, I think I'm gonna have to make you a mod because that's quite funny, to be fair. Chloe's in as well, saying, "Been to the barber's corner. Hope you're well, lads, and staying safe." Yes, I did go yesterday, I think it was. Don't look like a caveman anymore, so that's a real positive thing. Don't look like a caveman, but yeah, I did. So thank you for noticing, Chloe. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day as well. Chris says, must be my lucky day today. Some people seem to be bantering me for some reason. I must have done something to make that happen. Might just be one of those days.
As long as you're right, Chris, anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. Hopefully you're okay as well. Liz says, I think we hardly beat Barca. I'd like Lazio to see Lucas. I love Lucas. I think all of us love Lucas.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a fantastic person.
Unlucky.
Well, did he have his testimonial, or was that cancelled? For some reason, I think it was cancelled. Did he have it after?
No, I think it was cancelled.
Was it
cancelled?
Yeah. So it'd be nice for him to come back to Anfield, but then hopefully he'll go back to Italy and lose. Sorry, Lucas, I love you. Glenn says, Champions League talk must be nice. Yeah, it is a bit. Sorry, Glenn. Maybe we might do a Europa League show one day, maybe, but it's not going to be for a long time.
That's if we get Roy Hodgson back, I think we might do it. And we get Aquilani back in the middle of the park in a moment of retirement.
Don't talk to me about Aquilani, please. Like, remember when everyone said that he was like the perfect replacement for Xabi Alonso? Oh, Jesus Christ. Kasima says, I think Barca are probably praying they don't draw Liverpool. I think everyone is praying that they don't draw Liverpool. I think Lucas, may have mentioned it, that Lazio have spoken that they don't want buying a Liverpool this season. So, it just shows who the best teams in Europe are at the minute. Liz says a tough one to Glenn as well. Yeah, it is a tough one, to be fair. Dave said, I thought my jokes were bad. Dave, just give you a pint, and to be fair, I think we could all... Actually, to be fair, Doug is pretty bad with jokes. Like, Doug is the prime one with dad jokes. It's not bad jokes, dad jokes. That's perfectly for Doug. And he's nodding as well, so he knows exactly. Chloe says, love my lads, having a good day. Tesco have worked me loads today. We love you. We love you too. I did not know
Chloe worked at Tesco's. There we go. You learn something new every day.
Doug's getting you 50% off now of whatever you want. So Doug's a high person. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so guys, let us know your thoughts anyway about the Fulham game in the comment section down below, as always. And we do have a little bit of injury news for you right now. So if I can show this on screen for you right now. So of course, the Mr. Reliable James Pearce, as always, has tweeted out about Alisson Becker. Of course, he's missed the last couple of games. But Klopp, of course, did his press conference today saying Alisson will be back in full training today. If he trains okay, then he can play on Sunday against Fulham as well. And if we quickly scroll up as well, he did have some news on other players as well. He was speaking about Ox being in full training and saying been a long time after a challenge in training, tough time for him. But now sun shines for him, great for us. But we cannot rust up when he's long enough in the team training. He will be an option. And of course, then up the top, they're mentioning about Kostas Tsimikas and Diogo Jota, saying that they've both had knocks against Midtjylland, and they will have to wait and see about the injuries. So some great news and also some bad news as well in terms of injury news as well. But I'll start off with Doug. It's great news that the likes of Alisson Becker could be back. For the Reds, of course, Ali is, one of the best goalkeepers in world football. But I do have to admit this, and I kind of feel sorry for this guy on screen, Quakin Callagher. I feel like he has done such a fantastic job over the last couple of weeks. As now he is the number 2 now for Liverpool. And that, do you think that maybe Klopp could rest Ali and then, focus him all onto Tottenham? Or do you think that, he could, start with Ali and then, if there is a problem, Kelleher can come in maybe half-time or something?
It's nice to see Kelleher's understudy fit and raring to go. In all honesty, I think Ali will probably come back in. I mean, if he is fit and raring to go, then I think he will probably come back in. But yeah, you have to feel sorry for oh God, I'm not even going to say that first name.
I'm sorry, boys. I've just read one of the comments.
I've just read it as well.
Oh God! Oh God!
Why does this happen every time? It's the same person again.
What is it now?
I'm such a child. You were saying about Allison. No, sorry. Sorry,
mate. Yeah, I think looking at this game, probably Ali will probably come back in. Oh God's sake, Caoimhin Kelleher, is that it? Caoimhin?
Yeah.
Caoimhin?
Just Kelleher.
Caoimhin Kelleher has been absolutely outstanding. Has been very, very good, I think, recently. So it would be a shame to see him, drop out. But you have to now feel that he's definitely the number 2. I think Adrian will probably move down to number 3. But yeah, I think if Ali's fit, then I think you've got to play him. I think, especially with Tottenham on the horizon as well. You'll want to get him get 90 minutes under his belt. Hopefully, not have a busy afternoon. And then obviously you've got Tottenham on Wednesday, which will be a very, very tricky game. So I think Ali will definitely come back in.
Yeah, defo, and I think that having him back is such an impactful thing for Wednesday's game against Tottenham. Obviously, that will be a top of the table clash, hopefully to decide who moves further away in the league. Of course, with Tottenham being in the title race as it stands, of course. And Jack, James Pearce, obviously Jurgen spoke about Diogo Jota and Kostas Tsimikas as well, both being, having knocks and that. And of course, with Jota having such a, fantastic season so far this year, are you a bit concerned that, maybe if the front 3 don't click and don't, do their job then in the game? Do you think that, it will be, a bit of a weakness for Liverpool in not having Jota, maybe having to put on someone like Origi or Takumi Minamino?
Yeah, if it wasn't for the case of Trent coming back into the sides, adding potentially a bit more creativity, obviously, anyway. But I think I'm not too sure it's tricky if he's going to be fully fit for the game anyway. He's still up in the air anyway, whether he's going to be fully 100%. But yeah, he's spot on there, mate. I think when you look at Liverpool's bench, when we have got all these injuries, it's not Jota is probably obviously the main man to come on anyway and really spice up the forward line anyway and just add that bit more quality when need be. But if he is injured, I think we'll probably see Curtis Jones. If he does get dropped, I think we'll see him be a big, massive impact sub. Me personally, we'll talk about the lineup later, but I want us to play Curtis anyway. But if he's not playing and he's on the bench, Curtis, I think he could have a very big impact off the bench anyway, if needs be, come the weekend.
Yeah, defo, and it'll be interesting. I think the lineup is probably going to be its hardest it's been in a few weeks for us to really think about, because Ox coming back, Curtis Jones has been undroppable lately. You've had Ali and Kelleher, that debate. Trent, will he start or will he be rested and then be put on? You've got all those factors in the game anyway. So, guys, let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Anyway, let me scroll back up in a bit of the comments, because we did have that little bit of a chuckle, to be fair. What else have we got? Peter says, Chris, how's the Welsh people doing over there in Wales? We're good. I think I can say that safely for everyone. Chris for the laughing faces, Dave with the laughing faces. Dave says every little helps Chloe. That must have been with a comment. I think that was with Tesco's. Yes, of course, that's a very good pun. Liz has gone with a 4-0 Liverpool win. Peter, yep, and that was the comment that we were all laughing about. So sorry, Doug, he's targeting you. Oh no.
Sorry.
And to be fair, I didn't see the comment until I looked in my top right and I just saw Jack laughing. So I thought something's must have happened in the comment section. So blame Jack, everyone. No, I'm kidding. Dave says 3-0 to Liverpool. Peter with that.
No, it was that one.
Was it that one? I think it might be that one. Chloe says it's bloody does, Dave. I love it though, but I'm knackered, up early tomorrow, but got to watch the lads first, then out for the count. Well, thank you anyway, Chloe, for tuning in. Yeah, Doug is a trooper. Fair play to Doug and that. But yeah, of course, many respect all the key workers out there in the world and that, because of course we are still in COVID times, sadly, even though hopefully things will be back to normal by the start of 2021. Fingers crossed anyway. And hopefully, we can have more than 2,000 fans in stadiums and that, so we can all get up to Liverpool and have a fun time together in a pub somewhere. Tom's in as well. It doesn't matter who you draw. If you want to be the best, you have to beat the best.
Yeah, that's something we know, but Everton don't know about that.
Yeah, Jack beat me to that. Yeah, so Tom, if anyone doesn't know, Tom's an Everton fan, where he's one of our friends. So.
Nice one, Tom. That's a job.
But Data's not a true Tom as well. Dave with the thumbs up as well. Data's gone. Okay, I'll give this to Doug. Doug, that's how you say him. How do you say it?
Queeving.
There you go. Even Dave got it as well. Dave was like pronounced Quivine. So there you go.
Well, he's Irish, so he'll know that.
True. I already answered that in the comment section. Chris says Kelleher is a mini Allison. Yeah, he is. To be fair, he is a very mini Ali, and he's good. Well, good for that anyway. Dave says 1-1 Leeds and West Ham now. Yeah, we're coming on, and it was 1-0 to Leeds, I think. So yeah. So Jack, have you got a hacker on it this week or not?
Yeah, I've got an hacker, and I need Leeds tonight. So come on, Leeds.
Oh no!
I've got 1-1 on that game.
Joel is away. Oh Jesus Christ! Oh no! Jesus Christ. Fair play. To be fair, we got another 2 as well. We got Mo's favourite meal is a chicken tikka masala. We've also got Sadio has plenty of... Jesus Christ, get in the bin, Peter. Get in the bin. Chris also says, though... congrats to Leighton Clarkson being the only Leighton to play for the only Merseyside club in the Champions League. A bit of a dig there from Chris. But yeah, that's someone that we didn't mention. Of course, Jack did say about the youngsters playing midweek in the Champions League. And to be fair, Leighton Clarkson, I was seeing people on Twitter comparing him to, having a performance like Thiago and that. But I'll ask Jack this first. Having those youngsters in and around the squad, and that we've obviously seen over the last couple of years with the youngsters being Trent, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, and that seeing how their progress has gotten up throughout the seasons and that. Do you think that it's an exciting time that there's so many good talented players coming through the ranks through the academy because I think I said this a couple of weeks ago, with the England national team years ago, we had the likes of Gerrard, Beckham, and they were calling it the golden generation of the England national team. Is this set of youngsters the golden generation of Liverpool now?
Most definitely, mate. And I think obviously it plays into part really with the managers that gone before Klopp. Obviously, Rafa with the young players, he was very he loved his academy players. obviously he knew about Raheem Sterling when he was coming up anyway, even though we did buy him from QPR. But Klopp is similar to Rafa. He wants to analyse every single age category, and Klopp knows he'll be there for like a couple more years anyway. So he's looking at the obviously under 18s, under 21s, and under 23s. So he's analysing every single team and every single player. And obviously with new KB facility now, we can just overlook every single pitch. And he doesn't have to move, which is fantastic. And it's something so simple, but a lot of obviously big clubs around Europe have got more or less a manager's office view of all the playing facilities anyway. But I think going forward, mate, it's absolutely spot on. And if Liverpool are to continue to success, we can't always go out and buy the world's best. You've got to sometimes just develop. Not the world-class talent, but obviously with Jurgen, if you've got a manager that develops players and makes them better, and as every single Liverpool fan knows around the world, Jurgen Klopp is a manager that really he believes in young players and he gets them better. He's not a manager that relies on a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, he bought Van Dijk and he bought Alisson, but that's very. You look at his time as Borussia Dortmund as well. He got let one for like £1 million or £500,000, whatnot be anyway. So he knows. He puts faith in young players, and that's what he wants. And you're a young player, obviously, as Clarkson was in midweek anyway, you'll be absolutely buzzing. And with the players that Liverpool have got in the vicinity of the training ground now, when you work with someone in your work or job or whatnot, if they're good at a job, it helps you develop in that role as well. So they all help one another, and it's even better when you've got like world-class players like Thiago coming into the club and really helping young players.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that's a perfect way how to say it. And I think it'll be very interesting, especially if Liverpool maybe at the end of the season are clear by a couple of points like we were last season. And it'll be interesting whether or not if Klopp will give the likes of Leighton Clarkson a couple of minutes in the league, and that in the Champions League, of course, obviously against Midtjylland it wasn't for anything, and that, but like last year, it was the race to try and get the youngsters up to 5 games, of course, because you need that for a Premier League winners medal and I think that will be the case anyway. But Doug, do you think that any of the youngsters could play this weekend? With, of course, we've been a bit lucky this week in having so many players, like we said earlier, in having them back. But do you think that any could be on, the bench to come on, or you actually play and be involved for the game against Fulham?
I think probably the only one I can really, well, there's probably two. I think Kelleher for sure, and probably Reece Williams, I'd say. Maybe Neko, maybe. Yeah, I think looking at the bench this weekend, I think we'll probably see, Kelleher, Williams, another Williams. I don't see Clarkson being on the bench. I know he played very, very well the other night, and we've got to commend him for that. And I think he's going to be a very good player in the, in the future. But I think there will probably be more experience on the bench, if you get me. So, but I think Clarkson has done very, very well. He's probably played himself into like maybe the bench, but I think looking at it, probably we'll have Reece Williams, Neko Williams, and probably Kelleher on the bench.
Yeah, it's good to just think that we could put youngsters on the bench and have them involved in the game. I think that with the likes of City, Chelsea, for example, they have very limited amount of people that have come from their youth. I think Chelsea are a bit better than City, and that, but still City. You look at them, probably Phil Foden is the main person on their bench and in their squad and from their academy. Like, even though they'll say Eric Garcia is from their academy, he's from Barcelona, really. But yeah, it will be very, very interesting to see who does play against Fulham anyway. But guys, let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Anyway, I've seen a couple of people having a debate because I think Tom bit back from what Jack said. Where's it to? There he is. Goes 7-2 Fulham. So Tom's bit back a little bit. Liz says, Tom, is that the best you can do?
Love you, Tom.
Data's got Tom, are you on the wacky backy? Peter says, Michael isn't very keen for playing for Everton. That's a good one. Peter also says Bolly is getting. Oh no!
You're not getting me again. So don't worry.
I read Aston Villa and I thought it might have been something a bit different, but yeah, it wasn't. Data has asked, is Adrian finished at Liverpool?
Yes.
I was about to say I'll go with Doug with this. Why is he finished at Liverpool, Doug?
Yes. Quite simply, Kelleher's number 2. Adrian will probably be out of the club by January. I think there is going to be a bid from Real Betis, and I think he will go back there as a number 1. I think Adrian has probably played his last game for Liverpool.
Very interesting. Jack, would you agree with that?
Yeah, very similar to what Doug was saying. I think we've spoken about this over the last couple of weeks anyway. Obviously, the emergence of Kelleher, what he showed over the last couple of games, considering how young he is as well. And we've only just recently signed a young Brazilian prodigy, and obviously in goal as well. He's 15, 16 years old anyway. So I think Liverpool are very capable and very strong in the goalkeeping areas for now.
Yeah, defo, and I agree. I have to agree with the lads. I think Adrian is done at Liverpool. I don't think he'll be sold in January. I think Liverpool let him leave on a free, and then they will have Alisson, Kelleher, and I think then, as Jack said, the young Brazilian will be the number 3 choice then for the Reds, in my personal opinion. Anyway, Chris was the laughing faces. I think that was one Peter's comment. See us going Peter with the crying faces. Liz says, have a great night all. Time to make the latkia, I think that's how you say it, Jewish potato pancakes for, I'm not even going to pronounce that word, but Liz, thank you for coming into the stream as always. Absolutely fantastic as always, Liz, and we all very much appreciate it as always. Jeannie's in saying, evening everyone, who's free on Thursdays? I think we all are, to be fair. I don't think
not Man United, like they're absolutely knackered there.
Exactly. Peter says, Phil loves folding a piece of paper. Oh, Jesus Christ. He also says, Raheem is oh, Jesus Christ. Doug, like...
he's a big diver, Sterling. Don't we start on Sterling?
As Jack has said privately, he's a snake and he's a rat.
He's a snake. Yeah, that's me being nice. Yeah.
Jeannie's got Ollie in. We're all Ollie in.
I agree. Yeah, get Ollie to signing that contract down. Get it on the table and get him to sign it.
Yeah, bloody get it.
It's like Leo Glar, absolute legend.
Ollie's at the wheel, man. Ollie's at the wheel, man.
Peter, make a joke up about Ollie being at the wheel. That's your task. You've made jokes about Phil Foden, made jokes about friggin' Willie Bolly, and that, but make a joke about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because that is what is needed. Ace is in as well, saying, Connor lad, hopefully having a fantastic day, Ace, as always. But let's get on then to starting 11 predictions. I'm an idiot. We haven't got the graphic for it. I forgot to add it, as I am an idiot. But as always, we'll go through the starting 11 lineup. First of all, we'll start off with Jack. Who would be in your starting 11 for this weekend's game against Fulham?
I'd probably go Kelleher in goal. I just don't want to be rushing Alisson back. But if Ali's 100%, all for Ali. But I go Kelleher to be safe. Trent right back. I think that run out in midweek done him a good run out anyway. I thought he'd get minutes under his belt. I do him a lot of good. Obviously, he's had training all this week. So go Trent. Robbo centre back. Robbo left back. Obviously, Fabinho centre back as well. And Matip. I'm just praying they've wrapped him up in cotton wool. So go Matip centre back as well. And then go Curtis, Gini, and Henderson again. I know you can't drop them when they're playing this good. I think if you weren't playing as good as they always are, right, you've just got why drop a winning team anyway? And then obviously you play with the main three up front, Mane, Salah, and obviously Bobby Firmino as well. And I think it's going to be absolutely goals galore. I think if Fulham come to Anfield and play like they have done this season, I think everyone should be triple captain and Mane on the fancy football or Salah if you've got them, because I think this could get absolutely ugly in terms of Fulham. I think Fulham even got you haven't even got one centre back for this, or probably got one. But yeah. That'd be my starting lineup.
Yeah, like to be fair, we haven't even. I've just completely gone to the starting 11, but we haven't mentioned Fulham at all, which we will talk about after the starting 11 prediction anyway in a little bit. But as you said, Jack, this year again, Fulham have been ridiculous defensively. I think all of us at the start of the season thought, Fulham, they might have learned their lesson from the last time they were in the league, and quite clearly they haven't. But Doug, what would be your starting 11 lineup for Fulham?
Well, first of all, Jack, it's at Craven Cottage. It's not at Anfield.
Yeah, but even still, there, it would still absolutely batter them there. Get absolutely smashed.
Yeah. This is really tricky. This one. Okay. Ali, I think Ali will come back in. I'm gonna go Trent, Matip, Fabinho, Robertson, Jones, Hendo, Gini, Mane, Bobby, Minamino. I think Salah will be rested for this game.
Very interesting.
I think Salah will be rested for this game to get him just fit, fresh, raring to go against Tottenham. He could come on the bench if things are going, a bit pear-shaped. But I've just got a feeling that Salah will be rested, and I think Minamino will come in.
Very, very interesting. It would be very interesting to see if Minamino was in there with Firmino as well. That would be one to look at. For me personally, I'm gonna go pretty much the same back five as the rest of the lads. I'm gonna go Ali. I think he'll come back in. I think it'll be Trent. I think it'll be Matip and Fabinho. Even though there is the potential shout for Nat Phillips to come in, because of course if they play Mitrovic, then of course I think Nat Phillips will win that battle against him. But I think it'll be Matip and Fabinho.
He's out of favour.
He is out of favour, but
he's out of favour at Fulham.
I have a feeling that they're just going to shove him in there because I think they'll think that we won't be prepared for him. But who do I know? I don't know much about football. Left back Andy Robertson. Midfield, I'm going to go with a big shout here. I think Ox plays. I think Klopp will put him into the team, put him into the midfield. So I'm going Henderson, Wijnaldum, and Ox, and then the normal front three for me: Sadio, Bobby, and Mo as well. I think if Liverpool are 3 or 4 up by 60 minutes, I think he'll take everyone off. Which it could just be all of the front three, or it could be Wijnaldum and 2 of the front 3. There's so many opportunities now to switch in players in and out as well. So that's the team that I'm going to go for. Anyway, but guys, let us know your 11s in the comment section down below, of course, as always. Ace has said, Jack lad, Doug lad, how are you lads? I'll let them both answer that.
Hopefully good, mate. Hopefully you're keeping safe and well, matey. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, good, Ace. I've been Christmas shopping today, so I'm all but done now. Just got one thing to get. That's it.
Yeah, Christmas is right around the corner, and it doesn't feel like December to me anyway. But Peter says, Seamus wants more comments for me. Liz is a golden wonder. Yeah, she is. She is a golden wonder. Jeannie says Ollie fell off the wheel at land on Bollies. I was waiting for something else to be there then, but it wasn't. Chris has gone. Ali, Trent, Phillips, Fabinho, Robertson, Henderson, Wijnaldum, Jones, Salah, Jota, and Mane. So if Jota's fit, Chris has got him in there. Says rest Firmino and Matip for Tottenham. Jeannie's gone. Ali, Trent, Matip, Phillips, Robbo. Put Fabinho into midfield. Henderson and Curtis Jones. Mane, Salah, and Firmino. It would be interesting to see if Fabinho would go back into midfield, but I think Klopp, he likes having just at least one centre back that has the head on him of like Virgil van Dijk, that's positionally correct and won't get out of position too much. Then I think maybe if you had both Matip and Phillips, then it could be a bit rocky at the back anyway in the league. Jeannie says, "Hi, Chris lad." Peter says, "1963. Have you got any?" Oh, Jesus Christ! Top of the Doug Christmas list is Jesus no. And Chloe says, "Had your Weetabix today, Peter?" I think he has. Chloe, to be fair, I think he has anyway. But let's talk a little bit then about Fulham before we do head off. And Doug, what have you made of Fulham this season? Anyway, we all said at the start of the season that we all hoped that they had learned from their mistakes of last time, spending over 100 million, quickly getting relegated in that. And it was pretty convincing that they got relegated last time and that. And to be fair, I think they're on the road to relegation yet again. Do you also see that, or do you think there's some glimmer of hope for them this season?
It started awfully bad. Let's give it that way. They couldn't take a penalty to save themselves. I mean, like Mitrovic missed against Scotland, missed against Sheffield United, and then obviously they had the Lukman Panenka, which was absolutely awful, and then we had Cavaliero. And then we had Cavaliero hitting a penalty, which literally goes off his left foot and then onto his right, and it fizzles over the crossbar. So and then obviously they get a penalty at Leicester and they score. So yeah, very weird, very weird. I know like everyone beats West Brom, but to go to Leicester and win was a very good result for them. I think They've been okay. They've not been great. Defensively, they're an absolute shambles. So I think our front three are going to have a bit of a field day of, like Jack says, I think they've got one centre back fit or something. So yeah, mixed. I actually said at the start of the season when they lost to Arsenal, I said if they continue like they have been doing, this is going to be the worst team in Premier League history. But fair enough, they've actually gone on and done better. Sitting 17th at the moment, but did they have enough to stay up? I'm not sure. I'm just not sure.
Yeah, it is interesting, and it will be interesting to see whether or not they will stay up, of course, because it is such a unique season in that aspect of things, because I think the more and more people we actually look at the season as a whole, I think 5 points separating first from like 8th or something like that, and it's so close in that, and it only takes about 1 or 2 wins and everything changes and that as well. So it will be very, very interesting. Peter, I've seen your comment in the chat. I've put you on timeout if you're still watching. I think you can still watch but not comment. Please don't put that in the comment section. That is a warning for you. I don't mind jokes, but when it gets to attacking people, that's a big no-no. But Jack, I'll ask you this anyway. What would you say anyway that would be the key for Fulham this season? Would it be a win against maybe a Manchester United, or of course they beat Leicester already this season and that? Do you think it would take just a massive win for them to get that ball going? Hopefully it's not against Liverpool, but would it take that just one big team to get the ball rolling for them guys?
It's a difficult one. It's a lot of if buts and maybes on the Fulham side. I think in terms of obviously when they won against, Doug mentioned before, they won against Leicester, which was a fantastic win for them. Whether they come to one, obviously, when we go to Craven Cottage anyway, if they deploy a 5 at the back or if they go 3 at the back, that'd be very dangerous stuff if they do. So I think they will go with a flat back 5 against Liverpool. Surely they have to, and just pray and hope to hit Liverpool on the counter attack really, and try and just get something from the game. Because if they, as Doug and you've said, and everyone on social media, like I've watched them on Match of the Day this season, like even schoolboyish defending, and they've been in and out of the Premier League club. Craven Cottage is a fantastic stadium. It's an amazing away day anyway. Obviously, every team that goes away anyway. Fantastic stadium, lovely people around there as well. But yeah, just the in and outness. They need to deal with their defensive frailties really in terms of the centre backs that we've already alluded to. It's who they play, and I think they had a problem. Doug, O'Connor, or anyone know? I think they signed a couple of centre backs, but they had COVID, and obviously they had problems with paperwork with some of half of the centre backs they were signing. It was all absolute carnage, really, in terms of who they were recruiting. And I think if they need to spend on some decent centre backs. I know they won't come cheap, but they need to shore up this defence. Scott Parker, it's all right playing a nice attacking brand of football, counter-attacking style of football in the Championship, but you've got to just get the basics right, at least in the Premier League. You don't have to. You look at obviously West Ham; they've shored up at the back now with obviously David Moyes, and obviously Sheffield United. We've seen how difficult it has been for them in the second season in the Premier League. So yeah, definitely, mate. If they continue doing what they've been doing, then I'm sorry, but Fulham, they've gone down easy.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that, and I think you're also right in the fact that, you know, they do need to spend, but I think with spending, and I think the majority of the teams that are down, you know, they're fighting for that relegation, they panic buy, and I think that's the major problem for teams down there. They think, oh, okay, we need a centre back. They'll end up signing someone from, you know, the Austrian league, think they're the answer, and even though they could be the answer, you know, it's maybe a needle in the haystack situation where it will actually be that solution, and you know, it'll actually work out in that. But guys, let us know your thoughts anyway about Fulham in the comment section down below. Anyway, I think that, like I said, I think they will probably go down at the end of the season, in my personal opinion, because I just think that even though they show some greatness going forward, I just think defensively they are, you know, Scott Parker just hasn't have that, you know, defensive boss in him, you know, in that team anyway, in my personal opinion anyway. But guys, let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Anyway, Seema says Fulham's defense is poor. I think keeping the score respectable will be a challenge for them. I think we can all agree on that as well. Jay Pearson's in as well, saying great show, lads. I've been watching whilst doing some jobs in the house. Got a beer now. I'm glad you're in, Jay. I'm glad as well you got your beer now as well, mate. You know, absolute pleasure seeing you in the chat, mate. Chris says if it comes up on screen, Peter went a bit too far. Yeah, we all know that. Genie with the zip face. I don't know what that's for. I think that might be what we were talking about. Chris says, I thought Doug was drinking champagne there. It was whiskey last week.
I think he's in work. I think he's in work tomorrow, so don't he will be.
Water! Water!
That's what they all say, Doug, you know?
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Champagne.
It was whiskey last night. So technically, you're upgrading. Then really, it's whiskey, and now it's champagne. Is there anything else more expensive than champagne? Probably not. Probably caviar. Caviar is probably the next thing.
A Liverpool box or a Chelsea box in the Premier League. I don't know.
Yeah. Jeannie says 2-0, bring on the champions. Yeah, absolutely. Chris says, I was drinking champagne after seeing Man United knocked out. I also sang Tina Turner, proud Mary, Manchester United rolling down to the Europa League. Yeah, we all had our laughs come Wednesday night and that, and you know, they were all out, and that was just superb. And that Jeannie has everyone going their best against the champions. Yeah, look, everyone wants to try and beat the champions, and you know, that is what we have to do. You know, we have to beat all challengers. Data says, I'm glad we don't play Thursday. Might miss Emmerdale.
I have to get my mum to record that. I haven't watched Emmerdale in about 20 years.
Well, to be fair, the Europa League is called the Emmerdale Cup, so you know.
Yeah, and we get to put our feet up on Thursday nights, and they get to run around a football field on Thursday nights as well. So that's absolutely fantastic, as always. But yeah, I think that wins comment of the night. To be fair, 'cause I think it made all of us a bit laugh as well. As you can see, Doug is getting his feet out. To be fair, but before we do head off, anyway, that's rollout predictions. Anyway, I'll start off with Doug. What's your prediction? Is it going to be a slaughtering for Fulham, or do you think it'll be a bit respectful?
3-0 Liverpool.
Okay. Bit respectful there. Jack, 10-0.
Nearly. I remember I said this against Fulham. We got absolutely battered. The football is a very funny game, but I'm gonna go 6-0 Liverpool. Because I'm telling you, like the defending, and I'll tell you now, Salah and Mane will be having an absolute field day come the weekend anyway. Yeah, I'm going to go 6-0. As long as we are very shored up at the back. But I tell you, Fulham, they haven't faced anything like this in the Championship. We're European champions, obviously Premier League champions as well. And I think the lads will thrive on this, especially going into off the back of this result. If we can get one against Fulham, and then you've got the big game against Spurs, so you want to be getting a great result against Fulham, and then heading into that Tottenham game really with your tails up.
Yeah, defo, and 6-0. It's if you get it, I'll send you a chocolate bar. But
fruit and nut, please. I like Cadbury fruit and nut.
To be fair, Chris has said this again, and it's probably going to happen. Jack has jinxed us. You watch with that prediction. If we lose or draw now, everyone tweet Jack when it happens Sunday and go, look, this is what you caused. But no, I think to be fair, if it is 6-0 and you get it correct, then we'll all say that Jack deserves it, because freaking there's been some wild predictions I think over the last
for me this season. I've just got to be confident. Confidence is key now.
Yeah, it is.
And then there's delusion.
Yeah, there's delusion. Like I said before on Doug's channel, 64-0. And people genuinely took me serious when I said this. It's not FIFA like when we're playing beginner. It's not. But look, I think Liverpool are going to dominate. I think Liverpool are going to completely destroy Fulham, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I'm not going to go 6-0, as Jack said. I'm going to go 4-0. I think it's a little bit more respectful, but I think that is, if Fulham have a May, then, Liverpool are just going to walk past them, every single minute of that game anyway. But let me read out a few more comments and then we will head off then, as always. Chris says 3-0 to Liverpool. My prediction, Data says it's Scotch whiskey. Doug, is it whiskey?
No.
Genie says, night everyone, you never walk alone. You never walk alone to you as well. Genie, Data says 5-0. Chris says our defensive striker Firmino to score more goals than Martial. That would be hilarious. Seamus goes with 5-0 as well, and then obviously Jack said that comment with Jack jinxing us.
We'll get our score We'll get our score average back up after the Villa game this season. This will be the game that we scored all the goals again. So.
Well, to be fair, Tom already thinks it's going to be 7-2 Fulham. So, it is what it is. But yeah, thank you to everyone then that has tuned in to tonight's match preview show. As always, I do very much appreciate all of you guys liking, commenting, and subscribing. It's very much appreciated. But Doug, thank you for coming on the show yet again, mate. Where can we find you on the socials?
You can find me on YouTube at the Dugout Football channel. I'm 22 subscribers away from 800, which is absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. So a big thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. And go and check the very, very quick prediction for the Champions League. I looked into the future. And I was predicting Chelsea's, ours, and Man City's groups as well. So round of 16 opponents, I should say. So go and check that out. You can find me on Twitter at enrod_1992. You can find me on Instagram at Douglas.Horn, and you can find me on Facebook at Douglas James Horn. But no, thank you very much for having me, Connor, and fingers crossed for a good weekend for the Reds.
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed that can happen. And also, guys, please, like Doug said, please go and subscribe over to his channel. He's so close to getting 800 subscribers, and he does definitely deserve them. Jack, thank you for coming on, mate. Where can we find you on the socials?
Just Jack Mac LFC, matey, as always. Thank you for having me on as well. Pleasure, as always, boys. Look forward, and you never know, my prediction comes in. It won't, but if it's a 1-0, I'll be happy to Liverpool.
Do you know what we should be doing? We should be keeping a tally of everyone's predictions throughout these match previews, or like just like keep a tally just to see who's like closer than anybody. Just see who's getting them right every week.
Get like a master league, and then at the end of the season we can see who truly knew the predictions and that. So yeah, we might have to do it past Christmas and maybe New Year's and that.
Mine are probably better than Paul Mason's. You see them on Sky Sports. Come on, Paul. But yeah, thank you very much for having me on, mate. And hopefully everyone that's watched the videos, as always, and absolute legends. Keep safe and well read all around the world, and everyone. Absolute legends. But thank you for having me on yet again, mate. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure, man. I love having you guys on. Love speaking to you guys as always. I love interacting with the chat, and that has been a good night. Apart from one incident that we won't talk about. But yeah, hopefully all of you guys enjoy the game in midweek. On the weekend, of course, as well. And hopefully the Reds get a win, of course, and then we can, focus then ahead then of Tottenham, and we'll obviously bring you, all of that as well. But as always, you could leave a like. Please subscribe as well if you're new here to the Cop Council. But until next time, guys, I'm going to see you until then. Doug's doing the Genie celebration. That's the perfect time to end it. And we'll see you all later. Tra Reds.